the craziest I've ever seen in my life, bro.
It's like, it's so cool.
What is that?
A hand signal. Going away.
Especially when you're invited there by the direction of the higher-ups in the spirit world. You never get out of there alive. We worship spirits. We worship Lucifer and all his angels. They're just as beautiful as they did before they were cast out of heaven. He says there was a misunderstanding in the whole thing. He says among the inhabitants of the galaxies. And he says our master was misunderstood. And they always praise the great master, Satan, as a super intelligent being that he is, beautiful to behold. And if he ever appears to you, you won't be able to look upon him because he'll be too bright.
Rejection, it's your own DNA, right?
Okay, because theoretically, if we have overpopulation, we don't need more people, right?
But the so-called elite are selecting on who they want to have around anyway, so if we want to keep people going as long as we can. I talked to the doctor that was working on regeneration of Castro, for instance.
Right.
On the DNA sequencing. And they're just learning about this.
Well, my understanding is that a lot of presidents have already been replaced.
That's right.
Welcome back to the coolest channel on YouTube, man. I got a crazy lineup for y'all here today, man. Make sure y'all go ahead and smash that like button. Let's get this video to 20,000 likes, people. I know y'all can do that, man. Just one task for us intelligent people on this channel. I think we can do it. But look, yo, look. Hopefully y'all been having a good day. Just know that we're going through this thing called life together. Without further ado, let's get it, man.
Ну что, парни, глаз Бога. Вот мы его и увидели.
He said we in the glass ball. I translated that.
С такими, прям настоящий глаз.
In my mind.
Вы только гляньте. Айджа. Вая. Вон там вон радуга. Вот здесь вот глаз. И еще такие усы подходят и преломляются. Вая. Это что такое вообще? Кто это? Кто ты, воин?
What the fuck is this?
Hey, imagine it as a crack in the sky.
Huh.
They're touching the firmament right now. They can't get through though. That's not no space launch. That's firmament. That's water.
Look at that, bro.
Hey, good.
Look at that shit. It's spreading. It's like sky sperm.
They're going through the firmament, bro. They're trying to break it. They're trying to break that shit, bro. No,
Nah, man, look at that shit. That's a real ship coming out of that.
Oh, that is a shit. Whoa.
We live in a glass dome, bro.
Wait, what is that? That look like glass.
Y'all got that on camera? Hey, man, you know you gotta send me that one.
It's like a big tab. What?
That's funny, dog.
Now we do, man.
Listen,
They don't believe what they teach you on school, but like what the like explain to me what that
Oh, bro, it's getting bigger.
It started out like a fireball. Now look, a white light came out of the back of it.
Yeah, you seen that shit, right? They gonna say that's a star, my nigga.
Look.
This is, of course, at 9 o'clock in the evening. So what we got from a pilot and the flight crew in Puerto Rico, we all had to sign non-disclosure agreements saying that we wouldn't talk about it. And so we got a 3-minute and 54-second video of an object. Here's the airport where you now see the object coming in. By the way, we actually caught it on radar first. And at that point in time, a Customs Border Protection aircraft was taking off. And that was about 9:16 p.m. So it was already nighttime. They had just taken off and they contacted the control tower because they said, well, I thought you said that we were cleared for takeoff. And what is this object that's up here that's coming toward the airport? And so they basically watched and tracked and filmed that object for 3 minutes and 54 seconds. It makes a loop around the airport and it then goes into the water. It hit the water at about 109 miles per hour. And then it pops up out of the water, and it splits into two identical objects, which have different radar signatures. So we questioned at first the source. We actually took a look at the radar, and we confirmed it matched all of the telemetry that you see on the actual screen. So we ruled out fakery at that point, because we now have confirmed that everything about it was accurate. We ruled out that it wasn't a balloon. We attempted to try to identify if there were birds, you could match up to this. And there's no birds that fly the speeds that we're talking about, and they don't split into two.
Absolutely not. Look.
So that's, again, going back to a credible source where the data all matches up very nicely.
Look, y'all still like the firmament thing. Do y'all still think that they're shooting rockets in the sky? Like after Hillary Clinton already said it, but look, and then Operation Fishbowl, all these other things, and then also with the UFOs, UAPs, whatever they want to call it nowadays, same shit. But look, with all of these things going on, do y'all think that it's water on top of us? Because we say that our ancestors and stuff, they drew us in a glass ball kind of thing, right? And the show also seen one with the tree of life in there, whatever you want to believe in, right? But these societies that we look back on and we say, oh, they were highly advanced, but we feel like we know more than them when they were already like whatever, y'all. But look, y'all get what I'm getting at? So is we caught in a time loop where we getting dumber or something like that? That's my question, y'all. Let me know in the comments down below. Are we getting dumber as a species, people? We just losing ourselves, man. Because it seems like to me that we were more advanced back in the day. But just let me know, man. I'm just asking for a friend.
¿Estás a puntelar? ¿Qué ahí estoy grabando?
Ya, voy.
¡Oh! ¡Oh!
Sí, po, es que debe ser un metal grande.
Green laser band.
Un espejo, no sé por
No,
qué.
dale, porque se dio filete en la gracia.
Porque para que rebote de esa forma, claro, ¿cachai? Eso no es una linterna, ya cachamos que no es una linterna. Es el rebote. ¿Cachai? Yo alumbro para allá. Sí, pues ahora estoy alumbrando.
Just Morse code. Look, I got a laser beam too. I was doing that to one of the orbs up there, man. And I just had why did I have a sensation in my mind that they was gonna shoot a beam and blow my arm off for exposing them? You feel me? It's random. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna keep going. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Crazy. I see them all the time, but when you see them move like that, it's like, is it what they say it is?
What the heck is this in the sky? I never seen nothing like this.
Y'all know where that's at, right? That's in a lot of places here where, you know, we haven't explored. That's why the next step of the channel is going to be getting out here doing that. And also, I'm just going to go ahead and let y'all know at this part of the video that every so often, I'm going to be flying out a subscriber to come on these expeditions and stuff with us. So yeah, we turning up, y'all. Look at that. So let me know in the comments down below if you want to be one of the people. And just ask me how do I win? And I'll let y'all know. Yeah. So not only are we're gonna see these videos, and then what? We're gonna implement this in real life. We're gonna go out seeking these things, seeking more information as a community. And that's why we're gonna continue to get stronger, y'all. So, you know, I think this is definitely gonna be something life-changing for everybody that's a part of this channel. So I do appreciate y'all.
We cannot simply declare ourselves.
Watch the guy in the background. He looks at him.
Elections on steroids.
Eye contact. Hand signal. Going away.
He said, "Pussy boy," and he turned around and changed his whole thing up. Bro, but that's so crazy, bro. Like, but all right, on a real note though, it has to be something like, I'm gonna put this out here. He has to be like not human. He has to be terrified of this person, because this dude right here is ass.
We cannot simply declare ourselves.
Watch the guy in the background. He looks at him.
Elections on steroids.
Eye contact. Hand signal. Going away.
What's gonna make you do that? What's the only thing that's gonna make you do that? Come on.
But when you get into a secret
Imminent
society
danger.
of spirit worshippers, then, and especially when you're invited there by the direction of the higher-ups in the spirit world, you never get out of there alive. We worship spirits. We worship Lucifer and all his angels. They're just as beautiful as they did before they were cast out of heaven. He says there was a misunderstanding in the whole thing. He said among the inhabitants of the galaxies. And he says our master was misunderstood. And they always praise the great master, Satan, as a super intelligent being that he is, beautiful to behold. And if he ever appears to you, you won't be able to look upon him because it will be too bright.
Herbert Hoover, Art Linkletter, Jack London, and Richard Nixon all had in common. Well, they've all been members of the exclusive all-male Bohemian Club in California, where every year at this time, the elite from around the country get together for 2.5 weeks of fun and games.
Among its members are businessmen like Leonard Firestone and Edgar Kaiser, and political figures like Gerald Ford, Henry Kissinger, William French Smith, and George Shultz. President Reagan, Vice President Bush, and Defense Secretary Weinberger are members of other camps. Richard Nixon is a Bohemian, and so are high-ranking executives of such companies as Eastern Airlines, Standard Oil of Indiana, and Bank of America. Privacy is one of the Grove's most cherished virtues. Members may not photograph, record, speak, or write about activities at the retreat. While many public officials are Grove members, the press is a distinctly unwelcome guest.
We're from ABC News.
Of course.
Get back there. Can we talk to somebody in the... Get back there.
Of course. So in a nutshell, yo, like all these powerful people with all the money, look, that's why they be doing weird rituals, like right in front of our faces on all these TV shows, commercials, and everything. Pay attention.
Absolutely.
You know, if you go to Disney World, for instance, down there in the Haunted Mansion, you see the hologram, right? Oh, you know how to make a hologram. Well, our scientists have learned how to make people. They call them synthetics. Are you familiar with those?
Well, actually, we just interviewed John Lear, and he was talking about being in an audience in which they were given a lecture by a guy that they thought was real and found out later he was a hologram.
Well, it's a synthetic. Synthetics, when you touch their skin, feels like plastic almost. That's the latest technique. The old techniques, if you guys can rent a video, the boys from Brazil, rent it, because in it, it gives you the exact way how our government's been making people.
Really?
Yeah,
well,
and the Soviets have a different method called...
I mean, making people meaning temporary people?
No, walking, talking ones.
Meaning through genetics? You're not talking about that?
Well, let me tell you. The movie shows it, but I'll share it with you right now.
All right.
All I need to do is take 2 cells off of your body, yours.
Uh-huh.
We give them a small electrical charge. I'm just I'll act like a fertilized egg. If I got a fertilized egg, all I need is a receiver in order to make it. So they were hypnotizing women, you know, said they were being invaded by aliens. And the fetus starts growing, right? Needs food. Well, they can use cows and sheep, too. It's, again, a food source. That's all we need. After about 14 weeks, all of a sudden that fetus is gone because they've learned to take, that's when the fetus starts developing its own blood supply. Then they've used a pituitary hormone extract that they have, which accelerates the being that grows. And the original technology was given to our government by the Greys. Now, the reason was that our scientists were all excited because we could have spare parts. If you need a heart or a liver or anything, you won't have any rejection. It's your own DNA, right?
Okay, because theoretically, if we have overpopulation, we don't need more people, right?
But the so-called elite are selecting on who they want to have around anyway, so if we want to keep people going as long as we can. I talked to the doctor that was working on regeneration of Castro, for instance.
Right.
On the DNA sequencing. And they're just learning about this.
Well, my understanding is that a lot of presidents have already been replaced.
That's right.
Yeah,
I don't think
they're walking around. They look old, but they basically some of the people are just
I'll
second,
just give you
third
something
copies.
I'll give you something to ponder. Get some old videos of George Bush, when he first came into office. Look at the person and listen to him speak. Look at his actions and listen to everything that's there. Now, it's a lot easier to put somebody out in front to act as a, you know, even Bush did. He had somebody else that was up there acting like he is and look like it. Even Hitler had he had his stand. In fact, his stand-in was the one that they found in the ground over in Germany. I mean, Hitler and Eva and the dog and 14 other people got aboard a plane and flew down to Barcelona, Spain. You were aware of that. And then ended up in Antarctica or in Swabenland and then died a few years ago in Brazil.
That's what we heard. That's
I have all the documents from our own government.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a contact, one of our
Stalin
contacts.
Stalin asked for they tried to burn the body, and he got the body back, and he said, wait a minute, different ears, and the testicles were different and everything else, so they knew it wasn't Hitler.
But is it a clone or not?
Hold up, man. Who's that? Who knew about the man? Who knew about the man chicken nuggets, man? Like, how you know that the testes was different? That's on a whole nother level of weird right there. I bet. Look, man. Hey guys, man, stop showing your bulges and your little tight clothes and stuff now. You know what I'm saying? Hide the bulge, man. It's warfare on the bulge, man. People peeping.
Oh, now you know we're going about
That's
cloning.
weird.
Cloning techniques. Since 1938, they've been making clone people. There's 8 countries making clones. I have a doctor friend that all it does is treat the clones.
Where do you get your information?
I get it from some of the people that are willing to come forth, and they talk to me because they hope I'll put the information out because they always got 2 people following them and they may be killed. If I start talking about cloning too much, the people that get involved into that disappear on it. So I don't go into too many more details, but there is information that's available. And it's more and more that's coming on the line. I just told you, go rent the movie.
Okay, Boys from Brazil.
Yeah, and you'll see the whole technique on what they show it to you in different places, so you can imagine what it's going on.
Okay, so
now let's go to the next step because this is the most important part.
All right.
If your physical reality that you have, based on this physical life that you have, this dream, is made up of the experiences that is impregnated on your body and in your mind, consciously, right? Mm-hmm. Your soul memory is another thing. Mm-hmm. It goes back whatever time that you elected to be in this incarnation for whatever reason. Now let's show you the division on these things. Since the body is very physical, and we just got you making a physical being in a few months for spare parts, they said, now we've got the perfect deal. How can we have that work better? Well, if you go to the hospital today and get an encephalogram, what's that? That's the memory of your conscious mind. It's on the CD. Let's download it on this being. Now we got a walking, talking duplicate that has the total memory that you have, because we just took it off of your own mind.
Okay, it's like Blade Runner, the android.
Exactly. The only thing is that it's like this DVD recorder. Sometimes you have glitches in it, so you have to have them tuned up occasionally or redone. And so we take them to Camp David, or there's a wing at Bethesda Hospital to just tell you. If you go down there and check, you'll find
that's in Maryland.
The nurses, if they're willing to come forth, they'll tell you they work on those people, and they call them the others. I thought it was interesting. They're people. Remember, these people can think and act, but they don't have soul. That's also prophesized. Soulless
that's
beings.
true. That's true.
Now we have another agenda that's going on, so you have to be careful of all this. There are many extraterrestrials that would like to be in on the game right now, so they can sometimes will come into these physical beings that we've made to manipulate them.
I see.
So now you have a combination effort that you have to look at, and discernment. You have to discern what the game is. Well, just figure that most of the leaders we have in the world have been bought and paid for or created to think a certain way. In the world.
Exactly. And you even see that with your athletes. Like, but look, with the cloning technology, though, we knew about the cloning technology a long time ago, right? Then they made it illegal, like, oh, you can't clone people. But all they were saying is, y'all niggas can't clone people. We gonna continue to clone people and, you know, and mess around with all these different technologies, but y'all can't. That's all that really is, you know. There's people with so much, quote unquote, money in the world that are able to operate off the grid without the government being involved. None of that, because they control everything. Literally everything. And these technologies are out here, but it's not surprising. Even with the Will Smith movie, when he had his clone or whatever, right? It was a lot of messages in that movie. Y'all just go watch a lot of these clone movies and it'll tell you a lot, man, like in different ways. And also, it's this new movie I'm gonna get to y'all. I just seen on Amazon TV, and it was about putting consciousness into you know, robots, and they look just like people, act like them, everything. And the actual bot really thought that he was the husband that died in a car accident. They agreed to put their souls or their memories in this body in order, if one of them pass away, that they will be taken care of by somebody that's essentially them, right? And the wife wasn't having it, because she felt ultimately that, damn, this nigga ain't really him. Like, thought this was gonna help me along, and I don't want to give y'all the whole movie, but it's dope. I'm gonna get y'all the title of it, I promise. And it's a new movie too.
Whoa.
Yeah, I got it.
Look at that. Yeah. Whoa.
There we go. There we go.
Yes.
Crazy.
It's turning.
Everybody noticing. Everybody paying attention. That's
See, there's no moon out right now. No moon. All right, we're gonna look behind this. No moon. None. All right. Even the sun going down over there, we see no moon. Now watch this magic trick. I'm trying to tell y'all, this is creepy. So y'all see this? The moon is out right now. Y'all see what time it is, and the moon is out. With the sun being right there, beautiful sun, by the way. The sun is going to do its job, but this bad boy, it has been abducted by the humans, and I'm going to show y'all how it moves when it wants to. And there's still no moon, and you telling me 4 days later, just 4, the moon is off course. Yeah, okay. Come on now, look at that beautiful. Come on, man, y'all see the sun going down. Beautiful angelic ancestor. And there's no moon, bruh. No moon, okay? And it's only been 4 days. Right.
Hey, the moon do be doing some unmoonly things lately. I ain't gonna hold you.
1977. This 15-minute footage was taken by a NASA satellite. If you reverse it back up and adjust the settings, you can see the land beyond the ice wall. You can see machinery tracks because they are mining rare materials beyond the ice wall. This is why they don't want you to know about it.
There are only 6 solar systems out of the whole Snake Nebulae in the system of the Pleiades or Orion that are bad or negative. And the United States had to choose one of their little moon individuals to make an agreement with. Once you make a pact with the devil or backward life forms, you're bound to work it out best you can. And nobody else is going to touch it. The United States invited a cancer and stated, since the cancer was very honest, and stated, we will give you the technology you want, and that's why you're finding technology speeding up so fast now in both the Soviet Union and the United States. But we want your life. We want your life force. We want your people. And that's when people begin to be abducted by aliens with the government's knowledge, begin to be put into research laboratories down in Dulce, New Mexico, and that's one of the worst places right now on Earth, and begin to invade what is called the Pentagon and other places on Earth and begin to take over, clone, implant the world's leaders, especially those that have signed an agreement with them because they said, which the United States government didn't know that was their privilege, because that's the way they live, off of other energy creatures in the universe. That is their existence. That's why they're great. They turn kind of a greenish color when they're full and fed. The old witches of the 15th century, the hook-nosed witches, are simply their ancestors, which were called the hook-nosed race.
So this is a gigantic V formation that appeared over my house about 2 years ago. And it was the middle of winter. It was about 16 degrees out. There was absolutely no sound made whatsoever. It stays in this perfect V formation, and then it starts to turn on its side, maintaining this perfect V formation. I had MUFON look at this. I've had multiple agencies look at this, and they are all convinced that this is a craft of some kind that I captured over Staten Island. Now, I can't tell you why I keep seeing these V craft, but I'm very fortunate to have gotten this one on film.
What the fuck is that? Like, that is the craziest I've ever seen in my life, bro.
It's like, it's so cool.
What is that?
What the original name of Africa is?
You better tell me if you know.
Kebulon.
What?
Kebulon is the original name. Africa is named after a Roman emperor.
Say it slow.
Africanus. It's Ikebulon. That's the original name of Africa. Ikebulon.
Ikebulon.
Ikebulon. That's the original name. You can look
So we
it
need
up
to
and
stop
shit.
calling it Africa then.
Yeah, Ikebulon.
Is that what y'all
Yeah,
call
it
it?
was named after Scipio
Africanus or something.
I'm African. I'm not a Kebulonian, but it's Ikebulon. Africa was a Roman emperor who they named it after, Africanus. That's where Africa comes from. So
You wanna know what's crazy about that is how easy it is to train and retrain something that's not originally yours or a part of you or what you're called. That's what happens when you let somebody else that's not you or of you dictate what you are called. And that's what we gotta stop doing for everybody. You feel me? And that's just crazy. Ikebulon, Africa. So we were saying that Ikebulon, or keep disrespecting them with Africa. Whatever. We let them decide. You know, our African brothers and sisters out there, that's on y'all. You know what I'm saying? We support y'all regardless. But look, at the end of the day, look, man, y'all see these UAPs in the sky all the time, y'all. We see them out here, man, all the time, the orbs. Now, look, let me know, man. Put flame emojis in the comments down below if you think that you're prepared to see something big happening in the sky, and would you be able to use your discernment to really see or get a feel for what's going on? Because allegedly they say that, you know, they're gonna hit us with the blue beam. We do know that us here, bro, like, we do have UFOs that are man-made. We do. But the thing is, we know that there's extraterrestrials out there as well. Would you know the difference between a blue beam one and a real one? And I do think, man, also to make it that much more real, if they was to hit us with a blue beam or something, I would think that they would have to have some of the real ones actually doing work. That's basically essentially us turning our own weapons on ourselves, but blaming it on somebody from another galaxy that has nothing to do with nothing. One thing I could tie that into is when people come here from other countries to the good old US, you know what they tell people? Don't talk to people like me because we are bad people here. And they find out, guess what? We're going to take it another level. When you find out like, oh, when you meet the people, oh, these motherfuckers ain't that bad. It's these people that told me not to fuck with you the whole time. These the people that was manipulating the whole time. So that's exactly what's happening out here in these streets. But look, man, y'all heard it here first. Y'all see all the news channels and stuff talking about UAPs and everything. I've been telling y'all about this stuff for years, and it's actually coming into fruition. You see the way that it's rolling out. They have no choice but to come out with this information. And you know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all for going out here doing your own research, not being gullible, believing everything, not even believing everything that's on my channel. You know, you have to really go out there and see this information for yourself. But I love and I enjoy having these conversations with y'all. But like I always say, man, we're gonna keep growing, we're gonna keep blowing up, you know what I'm saying? And we this is gonna change many lives for everybody. It's going to give us some great information when we start getting out here in these streets ourselves and figuring this stuff out for us, you know, and flying people out and bringing y'all, making y'all actually a part of it, man. This is going to be legendary, yo. We're doing something very legendary over here. But look, like I always say, spread love because there's too much hate in this world. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. And we out here. Blah.